Hey, it's All Day Live, and today is December 18, 2013, and we're getting ready for Saturday coming up here. That would be around the 20th. Now, we're going to hear about a report from Stu Webb here real quick, and also Will Banjera, and with a little bit of help from Adria Kozak in the background. You can see him here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And we're going to have Stu Webb giving us a report to get ready. So we hope to have this broadcast before the 20th Saturday. Why? Because something's going on Saturday, something that maybe it should be published. Maybe we'll catch them before something bad happens. I'm WillPWilson. This is the All Day Live show. And we're getting ready to hear from Stu Webb, StuWebb.com, or go to Veterans Today, and that's veteranstoday.com. /author/SWEBB. Just so you know that, in case you guys want to pick up and get up on the noted people of this country's best reporting from Veterans Today. And Stu, real quick, as we're going to get a report from Will Banjera real quick. Go ahead, get us up to speed real quick. What are we looking for on this weekend?
Well, on Saturday night about 9 p.m., let me back up. What's known as the Illuminati, the Council of 13, which are the 12 richest men in the world that are demonically possessed. I believe them to be fallen angel possessed. They do a human sacrifice. They do it on various satanic holidays. This is all real. But it happens to be that what I have found from sources that were, over the years, a lot of tough digging on this one, I started getting wind that this would occur in 1995. And I never could pinpoint it down. I was even given a carrot a couple times about a castle in Colorado called the Kimball and all this other. And later on, I started piecing it all together and found out that they were doing it in Denver, Colorado. These are George Herbert Walker Bush, Henry Kissinger, Meyer Rothschild, David Rockefeller. There were other ones at the time that are all dead, but the current ones, Grace of Grace and Company. It tells people like a lot of the royals, like the King or the Queen of England and Prince Charles, what to do. Grace does. Anwar Ben Shri, the head rabbi of the synagogues worldwide, the head of the Hedron, they call it in Israel, and even Pope Benedict, the one that resigned. He's dying of lung cancer, so he probably won't be there. But and there's a guy named Warburg, and there's two others, I believe it is, that I haven't identified. They all come together for some reason to deal with the ley lines and other things. They call them LEY lines. It deals with numerology and other things. They do it in Denver, Colorado. Well, I found out in the past 2 years exact location. It's called the Old Navarre. And it's done on the winter solstice and the summer solstice, which is June the 21st, the summer solstice, and the winter solstice is December the 22nd. Now, what they do is at 12 a.m., they are inside what they call the Old Navarre. It's an old whorehouse and casino built in the 1800s that my former father-in-law, one of these council members, owns. And he faked his death and hiding out in Cuba now and all this other, but it's underneath. Ann Schultz has his headquarters there, a billionaire, one of his buffers that he had financed, and they do it there. They call it supposedly it's an art museum, of which is supposedly registered as, but it's really not even open to the public. But the Old Navarre is across from the Brown Palace in downtown Denver, quite an old historical hotel. It's quite famous still to today. A lot of people stay there. But they built tunnels underneath the roadway between the Old Navarre and the Brown Palace years ago. And that's where people could sneak out of there and go over to the whorehouse, et cetera, and the casino that it was, and it not be seen. Well, I found out that the ones that I named that usually show up at the Brown Palace Hotel. They stay there, many of them. There's been people reporting them coming and going on the day before, which is usually about 4 or 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock. They'll show up in Denver at the Denver International Airport or Inglewood Airport, or when they're private jets, sometimes commercial jets, and they will actually be transported from there downtown. Now, people have seen them coming and going through the Ship's Tavern at the Brown Palace. It's kind of a V-shaped hotel. And on the tip of the V, the bottom of the V, should we say, that's where the Ship's Tavern is. And right across the street's the old Navari. It's called Navari. And that's where they go to. But I found that the Ship's Tavern has a door that is the tunnel between the two restrooms. There's kind of a ramp going down two restrooms, and there's a door there. And that door's unlocked on the summer and winter solstice the night before. So about 8 o'clock, if people 7 o'clock until about midnight were to be in that tavern, the Ship's Tavern, they could probably get pictures of these individuals going through that tunnel. Or if they stake the place out and watch them, some even have been known to go through the front door with hoods on their head, etc. Limos will drive up and so on and so forth. This is, and they're doing it more in secret now than what they did because of my reporting on this. But last year, I reported, or this past June, I reported around the 11th. I got someone to put it in Amber Alert. I'm running late this time. I've already told them about it, but I have not put up my report. I'm sitting here, and you called me. I was going to put it up this evening to light them up again. But this was in June. I lit them up around the 12th, I think it was, and said that someone would be kidnapped, a child would be kidnapped, because they always want a newborn. The younger, the better, the more power they derive from Satan. And they take it in there, and they kill the newborn, sacrifice it to Satan, and they drink the blood. They're like vampires, parasites. They're killers. And this is murder one. And they do this on many rituals, but Denver happens to be the spot that they do it on the summer and winter solstice. So this past June, when I reported on Veterans Today, and I got people inside the government to actually put an Amber Alert out, they did not have any kidnapped children from any hospitals around the country. They had really massive security on these hospitals. So they have to, on these solstices, they have to find a 2-year-old or younger to sacrifice. And as I said, they go for infants. Well, it happens to be one of their stooges, a guy named Sammy Wallace, that was nailed trying to kidnap an 18-month-old out of a Walmart. Now, I'm going to play that. That was on the 17th. So he could deliver up the child to the Illuminati, to this sacrifice in Denver. So they were paying other people, you know, we can't get a kid out of the hospitals, we're on Amber Alert, we're having problems getting our you know, one, we're going to drink their blood. So they started reaching out to others to show up with a kid. Well, it screwed all the plans up this past June. Well, I'm trying to screw it up again. I don't want to see someone sacrifice a child, a bunch of devil worshippers and killers, and the government won't do anything. And this has been reported to the FBI in Denver on several times. A Mark Holslaw of the Denver FBI that has gone on their payroll and took a $1.5 million bribe from them to, matter of fact, it was suddenly started turning on me and sicking all the dirty FBI on me.
Hey, Stu,
real his money through the Caymans. But here's, I want to play the video of an audio tape that's on my website, and it's from a TV station in Oklahoma City, that right outside Oklahoma City, that when the police caught this guy on June the 17th of this past year, trying to kidnap this kid. You there?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Trying to kidnap this kid. I was trying to go to speaker. I apologize.
Okay, hold on. Just one quick. Will, real quick, you want to put some, Will Banjera wants to put some information. Go ahead, Will.
Hello, Stu. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I'd like to say that I don't know if I discussed Dr. David R. Hawkins' work with you at all in the past. However, what Dr. Hawkins did was a map of consciousness that went from 0 to 1,000. And what that means is that anything below 200, anger, hatred, rage, revenge, guilt, jealousy, etc., is all negative energy. The stuff that you're talking about here is very negative energy. At 200 is courage, kindness, generosity, love, and so on, all the way up to 1,000. And I spoke before about Amma, the hugging saint. She is what's called an avatar. And what an avatar does is it counters all the negative energy in the world. One avatar. And what's happening today is that people from everywhere are clamoring to get on this spiritual movement, which goes 200 and above. So everyone that gets at 200 and above counters any certain amounts of negative people. Like the higher you go, the more people on the list, the more people that are negative get affected by our positive energy. I'm excited about what you're talking about. I'm excited to be able to share this with you. And Dr. David R. Hawkins is on YouTube, David R. Hawkins, and he has some videos and stuff that he did dealing with the map of consciousness and all. So I want to just take a moment here and thank you, Stu, for what you're doing.
Well, okay, thank you, and thank you for your comment there. But let me play this video. This is from a TV station, TV9, KWTV -DT. And it was done in Oklahoma City back in June. And you can listen, and listen very carefully about what the police say about the Illuminati here. And with that said, it may have a commercial on the front. If it does, excuse it, okay?
Now also, we have new details on Monday's deadly standoff in Midwest City involving a Dallas man, a 2-year-old, and Midwest City police.
Search warrants just released today show the man made some bizarre statements during that standoff and also kept a notebook full of religious writings. News 9 crime tracker Adriana Ivashinsky joins us live in the newsroom with our top story.
Well, Amanda, this search warrant was just filed this afternoon and details what happened during the hostage situation. It also lays out what police found at the suspect's apartment in Midwest City.
This is where Midwest City police say 37-year-old Sammy Lamont Wallace lived since January 16th of this year. Apartment 3 at the Parkview Apartments, located near Reno and Midwest Boulevard.
I really can't believe he lived here.
The search warrant states police seized both a 3-ring binder and a spiral notebook filled with religious writings inside the apartment. They also seized the suspect's OG&E bill, a bank statement, and took photos of the scene. Court records show Wallace was from the Dallas, Texas area and was a wanted felon. His criminal background shows he had been arrested for assault and battery and robbery with a dangerous weapon, as well as harassment. He'd even served time in prison. Police say on Monday, Wallace entered this Walmart neighborhood market less than a mile away from his apartment and held a 2-year-old girl hostage, threatening her life with a knife. Police say during their negotiations, Wallace made mention of a group named the Illuminati. Police claim their research shows the Illuminati is a satanic cult and that they learned June 21st is their day of human sacrifice. But why Wallace chose June 17th to take the girl hostage is still unknown. Police say they were unsuccessful in their attempts to negotiate with Wallace and say they had to use deadly force to save the child's life. The search warrant states Wallace was shot only one time and was pronounced dead at the hospital.
I think that they did what they had to do.
Now, we do know that the child and her mother were not harmed during that terrifying standoff. Police are not releasing their name at this time. Live in the newsroom, Adriana Ivashinsky, News 9.
At least not physically harmed. All right, Adriana. Midwest City police have identified Captain David Huff as the officer who shot and killed Wallace. Huff has been on the force for 22 years. It will be up to the DA to determine if the use of deadly force was justified.
Police say during their negotiations, Wallace made mention of a group named the Illuminati. Police claim their research shows the Illuminati is a satanic cult and that they learned...
Wow.
Anyway, if you want to take the video, Will?
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to take the video, if you go to my website,
okay.
And, in the middle column,
okay.
Everybody that's there can look at it, but if you'd like to inject it in maybe where we, for the recording here, where we talked about it, it's in the middle of the website, and it's in that column that's got my VT stories in the middle on StuWebb.com. And you scroll down and you look for the old Navari, and there's a picture of Baphomet, the goat-headed demon, the one they have inside the Denver airport, okay? A statue of him. And you click on that picture. Matter of fact, I'll tell you how many stories in that middle column.
Okay, where do I go? I'm at your website, Stu.
You'll see, you go to the middle column, it says Denver Illuminati Zionist Connection by Stu Webb. And underneath it, you scroll down until you see, the Denver airport, and below it you'll see Stu Webb, Veterans Today. Was right, Denver Illuminati human sacrifice. Busted.
Oh yeah, right here. Yeah.
Okay, it shows a picture of Baphomet with a little moon in the right-hand column up behind him. Okay, if you click on that picture, then as that link opens up on Veterans Today, it's the if you scroll down, it will show you a picture of Midwest City Police car in front of a Walmart.
Okay, what? Hold on a second here. Hold on. It's still loading up, Stu. Hold on. Okay, Denver Airport, Baphomet.
Yeah, the one that says Baphomet. Click on it.
Oh boy, hold on. I'm still not there. It's okay. Whew. All right. I got the pyramid. Where's it? Above or below the pyramid?
Let me see where the pyramid is. It's below the pyramid. It's then you see Recall. Then you see MDC Holdings. You see a picture of the Denver airport.
Yes.
You know, the tents.
Yeah.
Directly below it, you see Baphomet.
Okay, that's Baphomet. All right, click on it.
Baphomet, the goat-headed demon. That's who they worship.
Okay.
Click on that one.
All right.
Okay, and then it comes up and it says the title is VT was right. Illuminati sacrifice busted.
Okay, we got it sitting here.
Scroll down and you'll see TV9 just a little ways from the very top. And
Okay.
it shows Walmart.
Okay, and it's. Shall we play it?
That's the one I just played.
Okay. Well, we got it sitting here.
If you want to play it on your screen, splice it in or something.
Yeah, we're doing that right now. Okay, we're going to show it in the background here while we're doing.
But this is what's going to happen. Everybody, these people will be showing up on Saturday night at around 8 to 12 o'clock. So stake out the old Navaria across from the Brown Palace. All the information about the old Navaria is inside this link, and the one directly underneath Baphomet that shows the old Navaria picture of it. The original report I put out. And this was the follow-up when they busted this guy.
Okay.
So those are the two links. That's what's going to happen. So this Sunday morning at 12 o'clock until 3 a.m. witching hour, Denver time, Mountain time, they'll be in there trying to do their human sacrifice. So anybody who believes in God, pray against them and pray that they choke if they kill a kid, that they get caught, murder one. I mean, they do it all the time, continuously, get away with it because they're protected by government officials such as Henry Kissinger and Bush Senior and others that will be there. But this is murder one, folks. And, you know, someone that was murdering someone and I saw it, it would be a citizen's arrest immediately. I would make a citizen's arrest, put a halt to it.
Okay, and why is it... why are they going to be doing it this Saturday night? What's the scheduled?
It's one of the winter and summer solstices, along with Halloween, are the three top. The equinoxes, the summer or the fall and the spring equinox. It's something to do with their satanic holidays.
Okay.
And if you click on that next link down on the front of my website, that's the one underneath Baphomet. It says Illuminati Council of 13 Human Sacrifice. If you click on that link and you go down on that link towards the bottom, there is an interview with Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan's son, Anthony. And he's been just ticked off at me ever since we did that interview. He agreed to do it. The whole bit where he was castrated at that old Navari. He thought it was a castle because that's where I thought it was, and it wasn't. But it was at the old Navari, and they castrated him, left him to die, and someone picked him up when he ran outside or was able to get outside, crawled on his hands and knees, and someone ran him to the hospital and dropped him off the emergency room with the security guards. But underneath there, you'll see in that link, you'll see the part about Anthony LaVey and his testimony on a radio show I did with him. And you'll also see in there, you'll see the satanic calendar, which is near the bottom, and it shows the number of churches throughout the world, satanic churches, and it says, let's see, what's the title? Satanic Calendar, and it's probably about 3/4 of the way down that page. Information and history written by Anthony LaVey, son of Anton LaVey of the Church of Satan. It shows the dates, the number of members, 50,000 members of the Church of Satan worldwide that do this. They do it at their various locations, and it shows the different types, the rituals. It shows the occult. It shows their date of celebration, type, usage, and age of the sacrifices. Like January the 1st, blood animal, male human sacrifice. January the 17th, the satanic ritual, satanic revels, sexual, oral, anal, female, 7 to 17. They molest them. It shows Candlemas, sexual, oral, anal, 7/17, February the 2nd, and the list goes on. June the 21st and December the 22nd happen to be in Denver, Colorado. These other places that the Illuminati do their sacrifices, I have no idea. I have not been able to track it. Now, a minister by the name of Jim Whistler, you can find him on Google. I cannot contact him. I think he might be dead, but he's still got a site up that said it was under construction, but he had the link to my human sacrifice report. And I had talked with Jim back around 2001 when I first released my report, and he had been on their trail doing human sacrifices, the Bushes and others doing human sacrifices over in Europe, in Belgium. And he put so much heat on there that he hit one of the other human sacrifice dates, but it wasn't the Bushes, but it was some top-level businessmen and government officials in Europe that showed up for that satanic holiday, and they actually got busted. And he had that on his website, Minister Jim Whistler. And he had it at one time on the site. Last time I looked, which is back around June when I made this report, it was no longer on the internet. It said it was under construction. But he actually had the link to the story of them busting somebody in around 2003 or 2004 in Belgium. And they took them all into custody for murder one.
Wow.
So
wow.
This is real. And this time around, I had some muscle and juice inside government that put the Amber Alert out for me, and they're aware of it. Supposedly it's on now, and as soon as I post this up later on this evening, of course, to report again on Veterans Today, it will help light it up, and maybe we just might be able to catch these bastards doing this murder one. They need to be stopped. And these are the people that robbed and looted the governments of the world, robbed and looted the people, the ones that are the bank bailout scamsters, the ones that have taken our economy in the U.S. from 20%, now they're in control of 97% of it, these 12 men. So I think this would be the way for Occupy, the Occupy movement, as an example, that want the 1% and want them to be identified and want them shut down, and all the American people that have lost their pension funds and their 401ks have gone to 001, and all those, and junk bond daisy chain and all the S&L frauds and all the bank frauds and all the security frauds they've been involved with. This is your chance to bust them. This is it. It's twice a year. Now, we came close to busting them. At least they didn't show up with a kid last June. Remember, they derive power from Satan, who appears before them when they do this. He tells them what their next move is, where to create a new war, what to do, in the unseen. Because remember, what do we have? We have, as Ephesians 6 says, we have a battle going on between good and evil, basically.
And this would be the 20th of December 2013 coming up.
Saturday night, December the 21st.
21st.
9 o'clock, 8 to 9 o'clock, this be showing up.
Okay.
Because it's actually Sunday morning at 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. during the witching hour, they call it. They will be there in Denver, Colorado, inside that building.
Interesting. Brown Palace Hotel.
Across the street from the Brown Palace Hotel at the old Nabari, they call it the Nabari. Okay? There's a picture of the Nabari on the front of my website there.
So they may be able to try and somebody might be able to stop this. Will Bangeras, if I
stopped. We need attention. If the public were out there and people were out there in the Brown Palace Hotel, the Ship's Tavern, where they go through that tunnel, come through the hotel, they go down through the tavern into the tunnel, or if they're out in front, taking pictures, watching the place, and watching the other entrances, the back entrance to the old Navari in the parking lot, maybe the front entrance. Who knows how they'll be going in there? But the word has always been that they go through that tunnel at the Brown Palace.
Adriana Kozak. Adriana, any input that you want to? You got your mic on? Yep. Just real quick. She's becoming a media person. You want to give some input or just kind of watch? She'll watch this time. Anyway, so she's gave us some input on the FEMA camps. We're going to be doing something on that soon.
Actually, there was a satanic car stalking me and my friend with 666 on the license plate the other day. That's all I have to say about it.
No kidding. 666 on the license plate? You're kidding me. Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, Stu, location and time. Obviously, there's more involved. Obviously, we're looking at their ability to know locations on the Earth, how they are able to use Earth energy, all the other stuff, solar, galactic energy. You know, apparently Satan is just a galactic parasite anyway. He doesn't create galaxies; he steals them and destroys them. So we're dealing with
thief and killer.
Yeah, a pirate, galactic pirates. This is just one of many thousands of planets that these pirates prey on. Yeah. Anyway, maybe we're waking up in time to save this one. Maybe we're going to have Stu. We hope to have an interview with Colonel Tom Bearden here soon to talk about the possibilities, not just theories, but facts about scalar energy being used to neutralize this nuclear mess that we're in right now. Something can be done. Maybe we should bring this out. And Stu, as far as people bracing themselves for the satanic sacrifice, we can only imagine, but up here in the Northwest, Stevens Pass, 500,000 or more Satanists converge on the Northwest every winter and summer solstice. Apparently there's giant underground cavern systems there. There's more, but I can't get into that. And they apparently do their sacrificing here. That's up by Leavenworth, up in the central part of the state. People aren't aware of that, but the Satanists converge here in the Northwest for this every year. I'm sure they're doing it right now. Yes.
Well, it'd be something for people out in the Northwest there to be out there with the video cameras and getting these people on video. And if you see them killing a kid, shoot him in the head.
Well, we had a guy out here 10 years ago named Cowboy Preacher Jeff. He's working with veterans, and they tried to stop it at the Goldendale Stonehenge, which state police told him to leave. And then up at Orcas Island, and the state police told him again to leave. And he said they came up to these people, several hundred, with blood dripping out of their mouths. And the state police said they're under protection, that no one's allowed to interfere.
Well, then it's time to start shooting the state police in the head if the state police are protecting the Satanists and they're part of the satanic occult.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
They're committing murder one, obstructing justice, and they're co-conspiring to murder one. Time to take their badge off of them. Right on the spot.
Well, are the Satanists taken over completely all of our law enforcement and killed everybody else? Maybe Cowboy Jeff disappeared 8 years ago. We've never heard from him again.
Well, it's time to get a hold of some good law enforcement that are against this. Believe me, not all law enforcement in this country is nasty. It's just about 30% of them are the bad problem that we have. Because they are bribed, they're part of the food chain in many cases. They've been bribed and paid off, and this is many of them, are raised this way.
Right.
I mean, these numbers are much larger than your imagination could ever believe.
Okay, we're at the last 30 seconds here. I want to mention that also it's tied into Boeing, Microsoft. I can't begin to tell you what I've seen and heard and watched. Bodies burying around the Boeing complexes. The underground complexes at Boeing tied to this. It gets more and more deep. We're at the very end of this hour. Stu, thank you very much for this part of the